Hello and welcome to the Con Crunchin podcast, where we take a bite out of the convention going experience. My name is Percy Man, and I am the host. Today, I am joined by JT Lovecraft, Bricks Creations, and Lord Swoonsky, also known as Star Wars Nerd 00 on YouTube. What's going on, guys? I just wanted to say a quick hello. Welcome to the channel. Hopefully, we're actually live, and I haven't totally wasted our intro time here. But I'm gonna maybe just kick it off with like a quick question. Introduce yourselves. Starting off with JT, and maybe
Sure.
a bit about what you do.
Okay, I am JT Lovecraft on Instagram and YouTube. If you find me elsewhere, it is what it is. It may or may not be me. But those are my main things. I'm mainly on Instagram. And what I do all sorts of things. I do a plethora of topics like lightsaber combat, prop building, voice acting, and hopping on people's podcasts. So yeah, I get
Nice.
out there.
Yeah, your voice acting's pretty unreal. Actually, I think you should continue
I
to like
appreciate it.
spread out and do that more. It's a good venture for you. Oh, I lost my blanket. But I'll throw that same question over to Lord Swoonsky. You want to introduce yourself and a little bit about what you do?
Well, my name is obviously Lord Swoonsky or Star Wars Nerd 00. The rebrand is not fully transitioning. I'll always be Star Wars Nerd. Shout out to Farley on Whatnot for misreading my name. But I basically on my YouTube, I kind of just cover, conventions, basically anything that has to do with like George Lucas's era of Star Wars. A couple things from, the new stuff, but mainly just focusing on like what ifs and like George's era, like 1 through 6.
Nice. Yeah, I like the what ifs. I think I'm gonna look into a few of those. I know you said you were. I was beside you when you were talking to Theory, and you said you were like finishing your sequel trilogy treatment. So I was like, oh, that sounds like a cool and fun idea. I'd
Oh,
definitely give
dude,
that a listen to for
it's
sure.
not to sound like biased and like boosting my own ego, but it is honestly like some of the best work that I've ever like written. I've been writing since like I don't know, fifth grade. I'm 25 now, so however many years that is.
Yeah. No,
So
that's good. Lots
yeah,
of experience there.
it's awesome, dude.
I
I
think
can't
it'll
wait
be a
for
fun listen.
yeah. Well, right now I'm just working on like the first story in it. I still got like the other two, but
Are
I've
you
kind
so
of
you're keeping the original trilogy the same and then continuing after that?
yeah, like I'm
That's the
pulling
idea.
from everything. Like I've taken elements from like the basically I took the shitty elements of Disney Star Wars and amped them up and made them way better and made them actually connect to a story that makes sense.
They're all connected together in one fluid,
Yeah,
cohesive storyline. I like that.
pretty much,
That's a
man.
good idea. Some people should write that down. Then I'll throw the question down to Bricks over here at Bricks Collectibles and Creations on YouTube and Instagram.
Yeah. So I do a on my channel, mostly YouTube. I do a lot of Lego builds, whether it be small or big. I'm also doing a lot of like toy hunting for collectibles, and this year I started doing a lot of conventions. So hopefully I can continue that.
So you just started doing conventions?
Yep, this year I started with MegaCon, and then I did a brick convention, and then ICCC.
Holy smokes, MegaCon, what a first one to go to.
Yeah, that's
That
huge.
one,
Jeez.
that that was actually
Florida.
that was actually pretty good.
Was the brick one in Florida too?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, what's that guy who does the Star Wars uh I forget his name now. He's probably one of the bigger ones, but I think he lives in Florida too. He's
Star Wars Sith, that guy.
I'm botching the name. I know this guy. This sucks.
Just,
Crap.
nah,
I
not
just know he's
telling
in
you.
Florida, so he might have been there or something. That's crap. I'm forgetting his
There was
name.
actually there was someone from Lego Masters that was there at the brick convention, so that was fun.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah. that was
So why
fun.
did you just start this year? What's going on there? You're in Florida, and
Mhm.
MegaCon's your first one. Who did you meet at MegaCon?
Honestly, I did not know what to expect, so I didn't really purchase anything while I was there. I mean, I did purchase like one thing from there, but like I didn't meet any of the actors or anything because I had no idea what the conventions were about. Um, and I've been seeing a lot of stuff that Tony has been doing on his YouTube channel because he's my cousin, and I want to be cool like him. And then he's told me he was working for Theory over there at MegaCon, so I just wanted to see what it was all about, and then I got hooked.
Yeah, it sounds like a blast.
So it's his fault. Yeah,
Tony.
it's his fault.
Shout out to Tony.
Star Wars Sith.
Yeah, cool. And I am some guy with a YouTube channel. If you're here, you already know who I am. So I'll move on to our first real question, and we'll go like in the same order. I think we just did like did some counterclockwise action. I think that works fine. Um, so I was gonna say, or ask rather, what was your most memorable moment, or even like what was the funniest moment, or both from the convention? Because I know I definitely have a funniest moment, but it might be the same as yours. I don't know. You can go ahead, JT.
See, my most memorable is probably not the same as my funniest, but I could give both. Probably my most memorable would be working the booth with Theory Sabers. We can get more on about that. But funniest moment would probably just be me in the costume and not being able to see anything because my Star Killer visor is like that, right? And then I have these claws on my hand, so I'm like I don't know who I'm like, and people are like stopping me like, hey, take a picture. I'm like, sure, whatever, and I'll do something cool like I'll put my hand on their shoulder so the claws are coming down to like get them in like the vibe of the picture. And like as I do that, one dude I did that to, I didn't judge the distance between my hand and him. So I like jabbed him in the neck with my claws. I'm like, oh, sorry. And he's like, no, it's okay. I thought it's like, he goes to take a picture and he goes, eh.
JT almost caught a body at the fucking ICCC.
Yeah, decapitate the guy.
You just stab people with those things.
Yeah, so I mean, just the overall inconvenience of my own costume just brought its own comedic source in that sense. Then I have another one we can share a little bit later, but yeah.
No, that's pretty good. So that was your just hanging out at the booth with Theory. You got to do that on this, was it the Saturday? You did that for most of the day?
Yeah, so on Friday, you and I went up to him when we met him for the first time, and I was like, "Hey, big fan. I've been watching you since before you did your face reveal, yada yada yada. Everything he's already heard before, right?" And I'm like, "Hey, I'm actually friends with the official fandom Menace, who, if you guys don't know, is like that awesome looking Darth Maul that's all around the
Yeah, that
internet.
guy's cool.
I've been mutuals with him before he started working with Theory, like his first like couple thousand followers or whatever. And I was messaging him. I'm like, hey, you're going to this thing, right? And he says, yeah, last minute, whatever. But I finally met up with him in the line, and he was guiding people to go up and meet him. And when I went up to him, I'm like, hey, I'm friends with this guy. Would it be cool if I do what he does and basically just help promote the company free of charge? I'm not asking for anything. I just love to meet cool people. And he says, yeah, sure. Come by tomorrow at 12. That's when I'm gonna be showing up. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I just shook his hand, and I'm like, I can't believe it. I pitched the idea and it landed. So I'm just gonna show up, and the rest is history. I just stayed behind the booth, and I had access to just walk in and out and take pictures with fans, and yeah, it's a good time.
It's awesome.
Yeah, a lot of your pictures looked really good in this Star Killer cosplay. Just want to show it off a little bit here.
So I posted this
Is this
with
from Japan?
no, this is actually in the school I went to growing up because they had this cool like bridge that I wanted. I had this idea with like the music and whatnot, and you can actually see right there. Theory commented insane and I got the idea that Theory saw it because he's following the ICC account, and the ICC account, is
Yeah,
following me. I'm
because he's
friends with
going.
Yeah, I'm friends with Mike Havens, and I'm like, hey, I'd love to promote, for the con and just show people like what type of costume can be there and whatnot. And he's like, yeah, sure, let's do it. So I did the collab post, and he commented insane. And when I pitched the idea to Theory, like, hey, can I be behind the booth? He's like, oh, that was you. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, what is he talking about? And then I clicked. I'm like, oh, he remembers me from the post. And I'm like, yeah, you commented insane. Thank you, man. I appreciate all that good stuff. But yeah, just I posted you can visit what you're looking at now on my Instagram page. I posted a highlight, pretty much of all the bigger cons that I go to.
Yeah, if you go to his page and click on the ICCC symbol there, it should pop up. One of my funniest moments was definitely meeting that Darth Maul guy. Because every time someone would come up and ask for a picture, he'd be like, "No," then he'd be like, "No, I'm just kidding. Why do you think I'm dressed up like this? Obviously, I'll take a picture with you." Like he was such a nice guy. He wasn't really like in character too hard or anything. He was just a really nice and funny dude, and I thought he was cool. And he's like super into it. Like he's talking about maybe getting like the chest tattoo, the black part done, so
Some
that it's easier to
commitment.
paint.
Yeah,
He just has to do the red part. Yeah,
that
so
is.
meeting him was definitely memorable and interacting with those people. I'm glad you liked hanging out at the booth. I know you guys were right at the front for the the theory panel. We'll talk about that after too.
I was very I was nervous, and I talked to Sham Wow and New Type Sif Cody. And I'm like, hey, dude, am I like getting in the way? Because I'm literally standing behind Theory in, his booth. So like people are meeting up, they're coming up to the line and everything like that. And I'm right behind Theory, that little back area. I'm like, am I in the way? Because you guys got your camera crew and stuff like. He says, no, 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 mate, here. And then he pulled me to the side. He's like, look, all of us here, we're like huge nerds. So just keep doing you. You're doing great. You're awesome. Just match the aura that you're doing, like what Maul over there. Match his aura. You're doing fantastic, man. I'm like, okay, that sent it home. That made me feel more confident and comfortable. They're very welcoming. So
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you had a good time hanging out with those people, and I know you follow most of them already, so you're probably pretty excited to meet half of them for sure.
yeah,
Just to
I
start with.
Yeah, and I also threw it, at the end of the day after I changed out of my costume because it's like full leather, it's real hot. So I told them, hey, I'm gonna try to stick it out as much as I can. And they're like, no, we don't have to, dude. But I'm like, no, I want to. So I go up and I change at the end of the day, and I come back down just to thank everybody. I appreciate you letting me have this opportunity, and just meeting all you guys were awesome. And I pitched it to him like, hey man, if you got like a local con, I'd love to do this again, on the house and just kick it with you guys again. He says for sure. And then he followed me back on Instagram, and I got in touch with some of his people. And they're
Nice.
really cool people. It's different when you meet someone in person compared to online because there's so many things you can hear people say online um, that are not justified because the people saying those things have not met these people in person. So
Yeah. No, there's things I agree and disagree with, but I still, I went and met the guy and I had no issues
yeah,
with the guy at all. Like, there's things you say I don't agree with, so like that's with everybody. That's just kind of how life works.
yeah.
But yeah, that's a good time. I think I'll throw that question on to Lord Swoonsky now. This is a nice transition here. It's a little more professional than we're used to, actually. Usually we're stuck like in the Matrix or like the mindscape of the infinite universes or whatever's going on. So I know there's a few good big moments I can think of, but what was your most memorable moment or, funniest moment from the convention?
Quick little side story, real quick. While you were going through JT's Instagram reel, uh, the video where Connor from Beyond the Dune Sea had the Star Wars poster.
Yeah.
It's even in the video. I go up to them and JT's like, "You got anything to say about this?" I'm like, "Yeah, Tan Wee just walked right behind y'all and nobody like paid attention. Like I'm the only one that noticed her and she just looked at me and smiled and waved. I'm like, that's Tan Wee. And y'all are worried about a Star Wars banner? Get out of here, bro." Like but easily the funniest moment would be like day 0. We all got there at the hotel. Wrath of Mandalore, aka Muff Bunzo, Rip Muff. Him and Star Wars Gazer are opening up 2 Ahsoka blaster packs, and I'm filming it, and Muff just gets like trash packs.
Dog
Like,
watered.
he gets one pack that's completely like bent, and like you could see the bend in the cards and the freaking like the cellophane around the card.
How much were those packs for the people watching at home? Were they like the 190 packs?
Like, what?
Were they like the 190 packs or what?
No,
what
it
were
was
they?
Ahsoka blaster boxes. So those are like anywhere from like $20 to $40 depending on where you get them from. But
okay.
Wrath of Mandalore just got like absolute dog water hits. And Gazer pulls a Shadow Box Jango Fett Slave 1 card, freaking a Commander Cody Palpatine card. Like he's just pulling absolute heat, bro. Like a mix of a red and a blue wave Deidre card, like a bunch of red waves, and fucking Muff just got nothing. But the most memorable one would obviously have to be when we were all chilling down in the lobby Saturday, and they're all opening up packs of cards. And Optic, our buddy, Outpost Treasure Chest, go subscribe to him. Go get him to, I forgot what he said. I think he's getting to like 77 subs, and he's got
Optic.
a giveaway coming.
Yeah, Optic's cool. I met him.
But he had a case, or he had a pack of high-tech cards. And he opened them and pulls a 1-of-1 Sebulba card while Lewis McLeod is 20 feet behind us. Wrath of Mandalore, shout out to this guy. He's got like the biggest cojones I fucking know of. He just walks over and invites him over to come look at the card, and he's just chilling with us all and signs the card and just literally just sat there and like had a beer with us for like 20-30 minutes. And that's like the most memorable. Not even like because it was Lewis McLeod and like sure the chances of that happening are like 0 to 1. Like it's never gonna fucking happen again. But easily like just being with everybody. Like Bricks was there, Kyber was there, JT was there. I mean, sure he wasn't actually there. He was busy off having a conversation and going to get drinks for him. But just like hanging out with everybody, like I'd wake up in the morning, go downstairs, and Bricks would meet me outside. Then we'd like go and have breakfast with Ricky and Ken Collects, or fucking end up going like that. Like that's, I mean, that can happen again, but that is like probably the most memorable thing that meeting everybody is the most memorable experience of the con. Like sure, I got to meet Roger Christian for the first time in person and meet Theory, and I had a conversation with Watto for like 40 minutes while Kyber was going to go get money to pay for his autograph. But yeah, like there's Lewis with the card, like bro, fucking.
There's the moment.
So a little background for people who don't know. ICC is held at a hotel, and Mike Havens does that specifically so it is a tight-knit family vibe. So we're sitting there in the atrium, and to add to the rarity of what Nerd is talking about here, Lord Swoonsky, is Optic's been holding on to that high-tech box for months, and just that day he decided to open it.
And that's only because they went down in value.
Yes.
Like the packs went from like 180 to like 120 or something like that, and he was like, bro, I'm just gonna rip it.
It could have been
a trillion moment.
It could have been any Star Wars character, and it just happened to be a 1-of-1 of the character who just happens to be nearby.
You
it's
can
impossible.
See the 1-of-1 right here in the corner there, right underneath the signature.
Dude, like in the video, my POV of the video, like the audio is not that good because I was filming it on my phone. Everybody else was filming it on like high-end iPhones or fucking DJI Osmo Pocket 3s. But literally, Optic looks at him and is like, "Hey, would you mind signing this? Like, I'll pay for it." He looks at him and just goes, "You're not fucking paying me to sign this. Who's got a marker?" And I'm like,
Nice.
"Bro, what?" And you can even see it in my video and everybody's video. But he goes to sign it and he's like, "I think I forgot how to do my signature." Nah, and he
Ooh.
fucking signs it. And I'm like, bro, this guy's awesome.
Yeah. Super nice and tight knit, feel. He was like one of us. He was like one of the boys,
That was
right?
so fun.
And I got a video as well in that same atrium because, like you said, they had breakfast every morning if you stayed there. And
You want me to
I'm
show these videos?
I'm eating right across from Percy, and in one video, I'm like, Roger Christian's over there, Lewis McLeod's right here, and if you turn around by the omelet bar, there's Warwick Davis and his son. It's like, what the heck? And then like 10 minutes later, it's like Watto's eating behind us. So you can't get that anywhere else. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
dude.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy how every morning we were just like, oh, there's good old Watto just chilling.
Having his coffee. Yeah, and like I don't mean to keep taking away from you, but like what you said with like the vibe of like everyone being there, that is like my favorite thing about the con specifically too. Like I met all of you guys a lot for like the first time, and it was like we kicked it like high school buddies,
There's Roger right there, bro. Like, what?
Crazy.
I don't know if you can hear it.
Now, I will.
Awesome.
I do have one more like really memorable moment, and that was the last day. I'm going up to my hotel room to like make sure that I got everything, that I'm not about to leave something expensive there, or just leave anything in general. But freaking Andy Sacombe Watto is walking out of the elevator as I'm walking in. He stops me and goes, "Ken," because my name's Kenrick, and British people have a really hard time pronouncing my name for some reason. So I just tell them Ken, and he stops me and he's like, "Ken, it's the last day. Are you gonna come see me at my booth before like you dip out? Like I want to talk to you before we leave." And I'm like, "Okay," and I go and talk to him, and he's like, "I got your card. I'll hit you up whenever I'm free. I want to do an interview with you." I'm like, "What? Okay, awesome."
That is so dope.
He asked you, dude.
Yeah, like, I mean,
Did
even
you
whenever
already-
like I was
Did you already
talking
do
to him,
that interview?
no, he's had some personal issues come up, so I'm kind of giving him some time with that.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I'm glad that he asked you that.
Yeah, it's like I gave him my business card the day before, but it was like he initiated it because I had my my Rode mic on my lanyard, but I didn't have my camera or anything because I was just walking around the con. And Kyber had already given him, like he had already talked to him, he'd gotten his card and everything, and he looks at me and goes, "Oh, do you do interviews too?" I was like, "Yeah, I do them occasionally." He's like, "Well, give me your card." I was like, "What? You want my card? Why are you asking me for my business card? Like, this is insane, bro."
Awesome.
Yeah, a lot of the actors there were really nice.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I was
will
gonna say the other
I-
memorable
I-
moment for you would have had to have been you were in the car ride, the famous car ride, weren't you?
yeah, I
Yeah,
set up
exactly.
the famous car ride.
With picking up Roger Christian from the airport. That's pretty funny.
A guy that created the lightsaber.
And for people
in
watching at home,
R2.
it was probably like a 30-minute drive from the airport to the convention center.
Oh,
But
bro, I felt so bad because we thought that he was already like already landed, like got his bags and everything, because he told us he'd be landing at 3:45. Bro, we drove around for like an hour just going in circles, and then he finally came out.
you're like, oh, there he is. I know what he looks like.
Yeah. There was a couple times that Outpost thought that some old lady was Roger, but
Oldly.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. There was a couple of them that got me too, because all I saw was long silver hair and a blue like shirt that he's like known for wearing, bro. Like it was Roger, but it wasn't Roger at all. Especially when one turned around and he had like a big old magnificent beard, like down to like his stomach. I was like, yeah, that is not
He did
Roger.
not grow that fast.
That's Santa Claus.
No, considering I had just did a live stream with him like 2 days before then.
Yeah, I only with the card stuff, I've never been into it, and I got one card. This was my my lucky pull was Biggs Darklighter.
Oh shit. Is that a Japanese
Yeah, I think
mayo?
so. It's got the
Looks like it.
Japanese printing on the
Yeah.
side.
Bro, that's sick.
But is it Ricky? Is that his name?
Pop the bounty
was,
Yeah.
collector.
Yeah, he was doing like at the lobby sales.
room
He's
sales?
doing the
Yeah.
little game with his cards, like the pull
The pull
yeah, pull
box.
box. I'm new to all the card stuff. I've done some Pokemon stuff, but that's it.
Brother, do yourself a favor and keep that as your one card. Don't get
Yeah,
into it anymore.
It's Biggs Darklighter and Entei 9.0.
I'm gonna put it to you this way, Percy man. I went there with the intent to sell my cards, and I came home with all of these.
You came home with more? Well, there were a lot of cards there. I was surprised. That's like, I thought that would be a more niche thing, but everyone seemed to be into it. It was cool. Fun to be
not anybody
exposed to
that
it.
came to my room sales.
But I think that's a good transition.
So what you
time.
well, I was just gonna say, so
Oh.
what you mentioned there with the lobby sales, that was like the underworlds of Coruscant, man. Like everyone's set up down there and they got their tables, and you're like shoulder to shoulder. What do you got leaning over them? And then when that was done, every single night people had the room sales, so they put the thing in the elevator like come to room yada yada yada, and they leave their door open to their hotel room, and you
Yeah,
just
that
come
was
up and
pretty
it's set
unique.
up shop. Yeah,
I've
you
never
can't get
seen
that
that
anywhere
before.
else. Yeah.
Yeah, you could just go around and browse people's collectibles. It was kind of weird, but kind of cool.
Some people like Ricky and Tony were freaking like set up like a GameStop,
Yeah.
bro. Like it
Yeah.
didn't even look like a freaking hotel.
They brought their
room.
own shelving and stuff. Oh yeah.
I'm sitting with these two and Kyber, and we're just chilling. I think we were watching. Was it the other guy? Yeah,
American
American
Psycho.
Psycho. And some dude comes in. I'm sitting on the couch with Kyber's lightsaber, and he's coming in to buy stuff. And as soon as he comes through the doorway, this random guy, I turn on the lightsaber and I just go, and I point it to him, and he's like, "Say the password" or something like that. And he's like.
Oh, that's not. I thought you were about to tell the story about when you scared off one customer by telling them that we were selling people's credit card information.
That was bad.
Bro goes to look at something. JT's just like, yeah, by the way, we're selling people's credit card information. You guys like, yep, all right, you guys have a
We do
good
social
one.
securities too. Oh my gosh, yeah.
All
but
right.
Just the laughs.
I gotta pull it back now and let Bricks talk because it's her turn to answer the question.
Do we have to? I'm just kidding. Okay.
Yeah, no, you can actually pass on the question. But what was your most
I want-
memorable moment?
Definitely hanging out with all of you guys. Like it's very hard to find like friends that actually enjoy the things that you enjoy. So the fact that we were able to just meet up at ICCC was amazing, and just hang out with you guys and just be nerdy the entire weekend. For me, that was epic because I don't have any friends that live near me. So going to that was very memorable, and the fact that actually something that was really hilarious that freaked me out was we were where Theory's booth is at and where Roger Krishna was at. Someone like yelled out "Bricks," and I like it freaked me out because I'm like, how does someone know me? Like, so I literally like jumped up scared. I'm like, who knows me? And it was Rossi, and I had no idea he was there. I had no idea who he was, what he looked like. And he's like, I'm Rossi. I'm like, oh, it's nice to meet you. And we're all freaking out, and I'm going nuts. And so yeah, that was pretty hilarious. The fact that I got scared. Legitimately got scared.
Your first fan.
Yeah.
IRL.
Bricks, Didn't you scare Muff into thinking that you were like somebody's kid that just walked up on him or something
told
like that?
everybody that I was under 5 feet tall, and nobody believed me. I told them I'm under 5 feet tall. Nobody believed me.
I believe you.
Yeah, already.
Well, I think we all believe her now.
No, but something
No,
else.
it's the first time I met you, so I have to.
Something else that happened that was really cool was I was.
So you
talking
rock
to-
it. You're wearing the Ewok. You're wearing the
Oh.
Ewok ears.
I had this in-
You're like an Ewok.
I should wear that costume next time, though. Seriously.
I didn't know you before online, so when I first met you in the lobby, you were ominously standing behind. I forget who was next to me, and just like, it's like hello.
Like very quiet. That's the thing. Like
Hello?
very quiet. That's the problem. No, but like while I was there, like I literally like was talking to Roger Christian every day because I like wanted to hear the stories and stuff. And the very last day, I mustered up the courage to ask him for an interview, and he said yes. And I didn't have a business card with me, so I was so embarrassed. And but he gave me his personal business card, and he gave me his phone, so I was able to put my information on in his phone, which is weird. So that was really really cool. So
Nice.
we'll see. I haven't reached out to him, but like I'm gonna see if I can do that soon for sure. So yeah, that was fun.
I've got the pictures, but just realized I didn't blow it up here.
What pictures?
I would like to throw out real quick that I got yelled at by Closet for not including him in one of my most memorable moments. So meeting the unexpectedly short Star Wars Closet was like top tier memorable moment.
Your first reaction was hilarious.
Oh, bro, just straight up, he walks up to me, is like, dude, nerd, it's so good to meet you. And I look at him, I give him a hug, like, dude, you're shorter than I expected.
Oh, that kid. Okay, shout out to Millennium Workshop. He actually did the Ahsoka's gauntlets and printed them off for me. So I'm gonna be able to like fix it up and make it look cooler, and he's gonna help me out with that. So
Yeah,
Are you
shout
gonna
out
be
to
doing a
Rex.
full Ahsoka cosplay then?
yeah, I'm thinking I might actually do that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. So we'll see.
I got some connections for people that have like the good-looking Leku, you know, not like the bald cap where it's like you can see the seams and whatever. It's like the
Oh, I know what you mean.
quality, yeah.
This is what the theory booth looked like behind you guys, and they had all the lightsabers set up. This is like where JT and Maul were hanging out too.
It's where JT almost died, but we'll get to that a little later.
Let's get to it now.
We had to keep bringing them the blue milk from the cantinas.
So what happened?
Down the road there.
So what happened is since my costume is made of real leather and, you know, I'm standing in this thing sweating all day, I'm like dying on the inside. I'm like, I took off my helmet and I got a big, disgusting sweat brow, and Nerd's like around, and I'm like, hey, buddy, come here. He's like, yeah, what's up, man? He's like, I'm like, could you get me like a drink or something? I'll pay you back. Or he's like, oh no, I got you, man. I'm like, I think there's like a vending machine in the lobby or something like that. He says, don't worry, I got you. What was it, like 20 or 30 minutes later?
Bro, first of all, that's not my fault. That fucking elevator. Oh my god, bro. That shit takes like 30 minutes just to get to the ground floor, and it can be coming from level 1.
Nerd was gonna come back and I was gonna be a dead suit on the floor.
Dude, I messed up because I went up to the room and I sat down and my feet were killing me, bro. I was like, dude, I can't get up, but I can't just leave JT hanging down there, bro.
Yeah, those elevators were not suited for that place.
There were 3
No,
elevators,
bro.
but they were busy all the time. So,
I
so
remember.
after a long while, Nerd comes back with a blue Powerade, and I'm drinking it like it's Bacta. It's like,
Cricket, I had to run down the flights of stairs because I got tired of waiting on the elevator.
should have just leaped off into the atrium. Hold me now! I'm 6 feet from.
Yeah, I kept thinking of frickin' the movie I, Robot, where at the beginning, like, the old guy dies in the atrium.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta stop thinking about this dang movie, man. It's freaking me out. But I can move us on to the next section of the video here. If you guys, I don't know if anyone brought anything to show off, but I was just gonna ask, what was your favorite? Oh crap, we're in the Matrix now. I'm sorry. What was your favorite like collectible or like signature or like physical thing that you got while you were at the convention? And we'll start with Lord Swoonsky, who is now on the top. He's taken over the
I don't know
spot.
how this happened, but this is one of them. It's a brand new sealed in packaging Star Wars Celebration 3 Vader figure. I'm a little nervous because it's got batteries included and it's never been opened.
Are the batteries
so,
in it? Oh,
yes.
that's not good packaging.
Wait,
if they're not in it, you're probably good.
I don't know. I'm not seeing anything that's showing an extra package of batteries, but
it's not a guarantee that the batteries leaked either. If they are in it.
Yeah.
That's cool. So is that a 2005 grab?
Like
from
I
that
think
line
so.
Of toys?
Celebration 3.
Well, it's a celebration. Yeah, it's a celebration exclusive.
Okay, I don't know what celebration that would be.
Celebration 3.
Yeah, I guess
literally.
I meant I don't know where that one was, but my bad.
Oh, me either. But yeah, that one was just sitting out on like the. It was sitting out on the lobby floor for like, I don't know, 8 hours, like pretty much from the opening of the con to the ending. And I literally picked it up, I looked at it a couple times, and I set it down, and like it was sitting in the open. Nobody grabbed it. $25. I was like, yo, that's mine.
$25. That's pretty good, actually.
And then I'll have to readjust some figures. But somebody was hiding this, and they got
family
robbed.
Collection. That's cool.
Yes, bro. This shit was hidden behind like 6 or 7 other like
name them all off right now. Let's go. Yeah. Doesn't it say on the box?
I know one set.
It doesn't say Zet Jukasa, Baron Papanoida, Terror, and Heel, and Chi Ikwe. Oh, Chi Ikwe. Very nice. Totally not a glove shitto at all.
Not Baron Papanoida.
I'm waiting for the series to come out about the Papanoida family.
What tells me that somebody was trying to. What tells me somebody was trying to hide this and kind of rob them? There's 2 price tags. There's 55, and then there's another one for like 30 or something. Yeah.
You think someone put the thing on it?
I have no fucking clue. Like I said, this was hidden behind a bunch of other 4-packs.
The one on the bottom might be old too. Who knows?
I don't know. That one on top's pretty faded, and that one on the bottom's pretty new looking. Like the 55's pretty dark, and the 29.99's very faded. But yeah, those are like 2 of the biggest ones, because I've seen this one go on Facebook and eBay for like $200-$300.
$200-$300? That's pretty good then.
Yeah,
that's good.
I almost got here. Yeah. I'll put me big screen for a sec here for my what I got. I'm
not you.
I almost jumped on. I regretted it because I was talking to JT. There was a guy who had the the hyperspace ring that goes with this toy, and then he had like a 3D printed stand or like a homemade stand for it. And I was like, man, I should have got that, and I regret not getting it. And I don't know why there's a stormtrooper driving this, but
this was at the room sales, by the way. I'm
Yeah.
with Percy, and we're in the dude's room, and he immediately sees that as soon as he walks in. And we're talking to the guy, and he's like, "What do you want for that?" And he says, "I don't know," and he named his price. And then you were like, "I don't know, man, but
yeah,
maybe I should."
if I had
I
more
don't
room and
know.
I knew I could fit it, I definitely would have got it right there and then.
And you were like, we were talking to him for like a good like 10 or 20 minutes or whatever, but I can tell like in the back of your head you were thinking about that the whole time. As soon as we walked out of that bedroom door, I was like, dude, you're gonna wake up
Delta.
at 3 in the morning with like cold sweats. Like, I should have got that shit. And you did. You messaged me the other day. You were like,
Yeah, I know.
should have done it. I'm like, hey, maybe he'll be there next year or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish, but so I was mad that I didn't get that, but what I did get was my Sebulba figure signed.
Oh, that's cool.
Dude,
And
that's
it says
sick.
to Blake, best wishes, Lewis McLeod, or however you pronounce his last name.
That's really
And
cool.
it was a little bit more pristine, but the lady at the airport, she like checked my bag and then right in front of me just like lobbed my bag onto the conveyor belt. I was like, oh, I could have done that if you didn't want to like just put it nicely. So I got a little dented from that. I was upset, but it's still pretty good. It's still displayable. And when I met Sebulba, when I met Lewis, he was laughing at how small the character is, and I'm like, it's gotta be to scale to the toy. And he has like one of the bigger pod racers. And when I met him in Watto, I basically talked their ear off about this video game. And this was the other thing I got signed is
Yeah,
Watto. Andy Sicombe here signed my cartridge.
that is
And
awesome.
I need to like get it laminated somehow before I can play it ever again, or I might just get another copy and
Yeah.
put this like
I'll
in
get
Just
another
get another
copy.
copy, bro.
Oh yeah. No, I think another copy is needed. But those were like my best grabs, I would say. Other than wait, there's one. I usually like people's artwork and stuff. This one was pretty simple, but I was dressed up like Kane and Jarrus for half the weekend, so I bought this guy's like little artwork of a wanted poster. I still got to translate the whole thing, but he's like, I put it all in English and then translate it to Orabesh, and then here I can take it out. But it's like he aged it pretty good, like believably aged. He's like, I used coffee to stain it and burn the edges and stuff, and
That's awesome.
yeah. So I'm gonna
That is
put that in a frame because Kanan's like the character that I cosplay the most.
your costume was awesome.
Thanks.
Like
Yeah.
the detail, I like it's pristine.
Nice, thanks. Yeah, if you watch the show, I tried to make it like the same as his season 3 and 4, at least before he dies or before he loses his lightsaber.
And your jumper, like your torso jumper, was custom too.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
someone from on Etsy. They were in England. They made that. I sent them my sizes, and they did a really good job.
That's the way to go.
Yeah, I sweat in it a bit, but it's pretty. It's still like I don't. Anyone else's like. Not that anyone else's has ever looked bad, but it's like I prefer the way that one looks. It looks like the shoulders are a bit padded on it, the way it's made, kind of thing. But yeah, that's enough of my cane, and people have seen that. What was the best collectible that you got, JT?
Segueing off what you said and what you got. First off, I should have got one of those wanted posters. We came back and we looked at them again because I wanted the
They're cool.
dude. He had a Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan, and it was it's so good. I should have got it.
He's probably worth the most credits.
Yes. But fans of the Percy Man channel would know that you are a huge pod racer guy, like unhealthy obsession with the pod racer video game. So having Watto and Sebulba come to a con was a pretty neat thing to get to experience with you, because I know your passion for those characters, right? So you and I actually got in a photo op with the two of them in costume. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, that was sick.
And then I got a Roger Christian to JT best wishes. And yeah, I also got a video of the three of those people actually doing their initial part. So Watto and Sebulba doing the character voices in a video. I have that, and then I have Roger Christian doing a saying "May the Force be with you" to me. Like
Oh,
a voice
nice.
of, like, to me that's like second to George Lucas, so that's like, it means a lot. It's pretty
I
huge.
swear
So
I had that video like accidentally like on replay on my Instagram, and it was just like he just kept saying it over and over. I was like, hell yeah.
yeah, it's like memories are made at this con, man. It's super, super awesome. So I mean, besides these two, I'm not really a big buyer.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I actually brought those things to get signed. I didn't even buy them there, and then I only bought like this there. I usually get some sort of artwork. That's what I like to do.
yeah, I like to window shop because there's so many like good deals on old toys. Like what Nerd had, the
Crazy.
Celebration 3 Vader. Like, where are you gonna find that, man? Especially for a good price, So it's just all around the board. It's like a kid in a candy shop. But I almost bought, and you've probably seen the video, is Connor from Beyond the Dune Sea had a big, I don't know, it was like a 4 foot by 1.5 foot tall long rectangle Vader. It's basically the card backing artwork for the Celebration figure that Swinsky has. It's
Okay.
the Vader helmet with the lava. Yeah, the nostalgic, early 2000s prequel banner that everyone knows and loves. They had
Oh, that
a
one
full.
guy did that one guy pick it up?
So Connor got it, and I was
That
like,
was that picture.
no. I walked up to him. I'm like, you did not just get that, dude. And he's like, yeah, I found it for $35. I'm like, I should have acted on it. I was watching, and I told the dude if no one picks it up, I would stop by and get it from him. I should have bought it there. Even Tony, Star Wars stuff, he was eyeballing it too. And Connor was like, you snooze, you lose, bud. And I'm like, yeah, that hurts. But good on him, because I'll accept it because he's a friend, but it will haunt me every single time I see one of their videos and it's chilling in the background. But no, I mean, that was like a Toys R Us store display, dude. Like, imagine.
Oh, this is the video where Ton Wee literally walks right behind them. Like, she's literally freaking walking right now.
We're so confused, Nerd.
And there he is.
Yeah, Ton Wee
And
just
he's like,
walked right by y'all.
yo, you guys are
He's like,
missing.
that should happen right over there.
Yeah, me and JT caught the end of the Sebulba panel.
The very, very end.
Bro,
Yeah, it's kind of sucked.
Friday, I was not supposed to leave that panel room until like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I made like half of Roger's panel, and that was it.
Yeah.
There's
Nice
the
Mike
guy that runs
Havens.
the place, right?
Super cool dude, man. Love Mike
Yeah.
Havens, man.
Shout out to Mike Havens, the guy who runs the place.
He'd be fine with coming on podcast too. He does that all the time.
Yeah, he was nice. He was nice when we met him when I met him at the photo ops with you.
Dude, I tried to meet that Wampa in my Starkiller gear because the
There's a
character of,
mission?
yeah, that was like the first enemy that you start to fight in that specific DLC of the game. It's like you're in the caves and you're like lifting up Wampas and zapping them and whatnot. But the person that was in the costume was super hot, so they had to change out quick.
Yeah, this is the.
Oh, I remember seeing this video. This is awesome.
The audio's not playing, but that's all right. But yeah,
Yeah.
they do their character, voices and everything.
His face. I love it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That was hilarious. We just caught them in the hallway.
Yeah.
Embo.
How the hell did I not see
It was
Embo?
Rick Prince, the dude only got into it at the end of Saturday. But this is like
There
right
you
here.
go.
This is like the perfect like vibe. You know, I'm right behind Theory, but just to hype people up to meet him, I was like force choking people in line and making them, you know.
Yeah, he had a good
feel
lineup
me.
actually. I was happy about that.
This is like what a room sale is like. Everyone sets up shop.
Yeah, got all the setups on. Bring some tables, get some more shelving going.
Percy was like, "Let me take some pictures of you in this room. The lighting's pretty good." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah, this was the video I took of you. This is what you were doing for half the day. That's why
Yeah,
he was dying.
just pacing back and forth like a Maul on the other side of the laser gate, just candidly. But yeah, man. Yeah, and shout out to Rex Millennium Workshop. Super, talented prop builder.
I was just going through it.
I mean,
'Cause
he's
I know you
alright. Like,
wanted to see it.
Right.
There's my cosplay if we
That's-
haven't even seen it yet. Yeah, I saw lots of posts of you and the mall guy. That was cool too. Yeah, you were getting pics with everybody, dude. Holy.
I loved it, man.
Yeah, I remember the Tython cargo guys. Shout out to them.
Bunzo, Wrath of Mandalore.
That was awesome.
Django Fett and Gazer were both cool to meet.
They recreated the Revenge of the Sith like talk they have at the
Yeah,
end.
I've seen
When
that.
and Django's girlfriend got, choked out on the floor. She acted that, and they did the "you turned her against me." It's super cool.
Oh, you
Django
guys
just,
fought?
he just uploaded his YouTube video of how the con went for him. But yeah, he was like, do some like
Oh, I might have missed that one.
posing. Yeah.
Nice. I'll check that one out. Anyways, sorry, I just wanted to go through those because I know we wanted to check it out.
True. And right there, actually, that's a nice segue as well. So the third post I made, um, Percy and I ran into this dude who had a camera, and he was like super excited to see both of us. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, "Man, I love Star Killer. Your cane is sweet, awesome stuff, guys. You're super cool." I'm like, "Yeah. What's your name, bud?" He's like, "I'm Logan. This is actually crazy because that's like a last minute gig for me, but I'm doing photography for the official ICC website for this year in Mike Havens." I'm like, "Dude, I know the guy. Let's get some cool stuff." And he's like, "Awesome, dude. Awesome." So we're just talking with him, and he's getting some cool like professional photos done of Percy and I, and then we do like a standoff, almost like a Mortal Kombat, where both the characters walk at each other and just like pose or something in character. So yeah,
Has he
pretty
sent
awesome.
you that video yet, or is he gonna work on it? He said.
He sent me the raws of some of them for the Google Drive, but yeah,
Yeah,
he's got a lot on his plate right now. But
I bet.
super talented, man. Shout out to Logan.
Yeah, I want that video of us squaring off. I think that was a cool idea. Neither of
Yeah.
us can see out of our helmets, so we're like,
You're fully blinded. I'm so like I got this amount of vision that I am pretty much blind
we're
too.
probably not even looking at each other.
Dude, it's good to see you. Not. Maybe.
Yeah, I need to make a Kanan 2.0 that I can see out of somehow, but
You gotta get a white contact that like fogs it up to make it look like you're blind.
yeah, that was my next upgrade too. But the whiteout contacts are really hard to see out of, and the only time I tried buying contacts, they were too big, so I need to like get a smaller size and figure out what size works for me. But now we're gonna throw it over to Bricks. What was your favorite collectibles from ICCC in the Nashville, Tennessee? Or what is it? Sorry, Murfreesboro. Murfreesboro.
I don't know. I do know. Sort of. Maybe. Kind of. Actually, I have a
It's that
couple.
card in your hand.
Yeah, like this one's probably my favorite. It's
Hmm.
the lightsaber card.
Oh, sick. And you got that one signed by Roger?
Yup.
Your
And then
father's lightsaber.
I totally got it authenticated, and you guys can make fun of me, but I needed to do that.
Did they do that at the con?
They did. There was someone there that did it.
You
JSA, I
really
think.
got you watched Roger sign the card, and you got it authenticated. I'm telling Tony on you, bro. I'm gonna get Tony to make so much fun of you.
I don't care. He's blood. He can't do anything about it. Anyway, this is my retirement. Okay, when I'm old and I need something, this is like, you know. And something else that I got that was really cool was
Oh, cool. Artwork.
this was amazing. Some artwork, yeah.
Was
And
that drawn
obviously-
by the person in the corner of the convention center?
I think this was someone else that wasn't there, and
Oh, okay.
one of our friends actually had a copy of this.
Wait a
And-
second, Bricks.
What?
You said-
You got the same one?
You have the same one?
I think so. Did you get it from Ken?
Ken collects?
Yeah.
Yes. You are such a copycat.
No, I got mine months before you did.
You both gotta
I
get
won
it
any
framed
giveaway
now.
on Ricky's channel.
Oh my gosh. You're such a copycat.
What?
Twins.
Hey, you're a copycat. So I
I
did
mean,
get that.
technically, I am. I got the Star Wars movie poster card signed by Roger. And that.
Yes.
Where the fuck is my? Oh, my DVD is up there.
And I did get him to sign the book.
You got 3 signatures from him?
Oh yeah. Oh, and he totally gave me one of his lightsaber pins for free, and he didn't have to do that.
What?
Yeah,
He made me pay for the pin, bro.
I was like, hey, can I buy?
I figured he was gonna run out of those.
No, he's like, it's for you. Don't pay me. And I'm like, but I want to pay you. He's like, no, it's a gift. I'm like,
Bro.
yeah. I was happy. So yeah.
I met him in London, Ontario, and Canada.
You're such a copycat.
Yeah, such a copycat.
Well, it was so.
I also have his book signed, but it's downstairs. I don't want to go that far.
I didn't realize I purchased the wrong copy of the book that didn't have the George Lucas forward on it. So now I'm kind of like, I regret not checking that out.
Shout out to Bricks here too, because I was scrambling in the airport when I was talking to Kenrick and whatnot, and they were like, "Yeah, dude, you can't even look at his documentary online. It's not on Disney Plus. It's not streaming on YouTube. Nothing." And I'm like, "I've not seen this before. I own all physical media Star Wars. I regret not getting one of these." So I'm messaging people like, "Hey, who's still at the con? Who's still at the con? Can someone pick one up for me?" And Bricks was just like, "Hello, I'm still here. Hello." And I'm like, would it be cool, if you picked one up for me? And I'll be waiting for that to come in. So shout out to Bricks, you legend. So
hey, I still haven't sent it out to you. I apologize on being delayed.
all good, yeah.
But it's there. It's there, and I already bought the envelope to send it off, and I already printed off the label. So hopefully I'll get that out to you this week, and I'll text you the
tracking or whatever.
The
Yeah.
tracking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Legend.
A good last minute cop.
Yeah. I was like, I'm like, dude, he doesn't even go to like a whole lot of conventions. It's very like selective. And I was kind of bummed because this right here, when I was in Japan, Doug Chang debuted his autographs there, and I am the first person in the world to have a signed B1 Battle Droid head by not only Doug Chang but John Knoll, the VFX supervisor. So this is a one of one. No one else has got one as of now, and I'm like, I need more Lucasfilm people to sign it. And by the time I go to ICC, it doesn't come back to me in time. It just got delivered on that Friday, I believe. So
I'm sure you'll meet Roger again.
I'm sure I will too, but like I told him there in person, I'm like, hey, I got this thing, and I showed him the video of them signing and whatnot. And I'm like, I wanted you to do this so bad. So next time, man. He's like, oh no, yeah, for
He'd
sure.
probably let you mail it
That's-
to him. He's such a nice guy.
Yeah.
When I met him in London, he talked my ear off, and like you don't realize that. Here, I'll make me big for a sec. You don't realize that this guy is literally in the top 3 first people to even work on any Star Wars, and he's like
Yeah.
probably. I mean, you met Doug Chang, which is very, very high up there, but I would say even like Roger Christian might be like the closest thing to George Lucas that any of us will ever meet. So it's really cool that he's coming out of his shell and writing his book and promoting his book and going all over the place, and he's giving his autograph out. He's pretty much giving it away, and like
Yeah. $20 was it? Like,
I don't know, if you buy his book,
Oh,
he'll sign it for free basically, and then like
Shit, he was
it
just
was
signing
less
shit.
than that for a signature if you wanted one on like one of these, right?
yeah, I paid $20 for an 8x10, and he threw in that "May the Force be with you" video and the picture with the 8x10 for free.
Yeah, cool dude.
That's
See,
awesome.
I tried to pay him for my signatures, but he legitimately would not take my money for getting his autograph. Like, I'm literally like trying to hand him the money. He's like, no, dude, no. I'm like, okay, I just got like 5 things signed by you, bro. I feel like, at least like $40 is worth that. He's like,
You-
nope, you're
Yeah.
good. I'm like,
You can
bro.
tell when
He
people
is
are there to
so-
meet the fans too.
Yeah, he was having fun. You can
Yeah,
tell
that's what's best about it.
He was enjoying people enjoy themselves, and for me, that was priceless.
Unlike a short, certain short little Harry
Yeah.
Potter actor, that dude kind
So
of
this
fucking
this
blew
is a
my
good
mood.
segue into my next question here, which is which
What was the-
celebs did you meet and which panels did you attend? We might as well start with Lord Swoonsky, as long as Brix is done showing off her collections, because it's in her name. So
I'm just kidding. I'm
okay,
good.
no, I almost dragged you to the front. Okay, go ahead, Lord Swoonsky.
1 second. So I met Lewis. I met Andy. I talked to Ton Wee for like 30 seconds while just doing like a little walkthrough. I smiled at Katie because she just kind of walked by me. Well, she walked by everybody at the Theory Sabers booth, and this is another moment that everybody's like, "Oh, hey, yeah, Star Wars Theory," and then here comes Katie Sackhoff just walking in the middle of everybody, parting us like the Red Sea, and I'm like, "Are you guys dumb? Like, this is
Yeah.
Katie Sackhoff, bro."
Yeah.
And then obviously Roger, I met Theory, and then I met Warwick Davis, and that was probably like the worst experience of my life because Buddy was just on his phone the whole time and literally just looked up at me at the end after being like, "Oh, thank you for, bringing some of the iconic Harry Potter characters to life because that's like what I know them from." And he literally just goes, "Thanks." Like, all right, dude. I'm not gonna come talk to you the rest of the fucking weekend.
I had a pretty weak experience with him too. He at least wrote nub nub without me asking, which was nice. But yeah, he was on his phone when I was talking to him a bit too. Yeah, I got that vibe a bit, like maybe either he didn't want to be there or it wasn't like a big enough convention for him. He could have been having a rough time. I don't know what was going on.
Well, I think 2 things, and Wrath of Mandalore might have enlightened me on this. Is one, his wife did just pass away not too long ago, but then
Everybody.
Kenrick said, "Dude, just don't come if you're gonna act like that," you know.
Yeah.
The second thing is, I think his like hotel rooms got like screwed over, so he had to pay like double or something like that. I don't know the exact details of it, but there could have been some other reasons
Yeah, I don't know
why.
a lot. I don't know any of the personal details.
Yeah.
But then again, I mean, if you're going to show up to something like this, especially since you came last year, and you liked it so much that you want to come again, you know what to expect. The fans know what they want to get from you. There's a mutual thing there. So I remember like that, I think Thursday, was it? When we're waiting to check into the hotel or something. the first day because we were just all waiting in the lobby because they wouldn't let us check in until like a 1:30 or something. And I think Warwick comes by on his like Segway thing or something like that. We're waiting near the elevator, and we're like, Warwick, what's going on? And he like goes by and he just does this, and he just keeps going. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
See, man.
I remember I was there. I was like, "Hey, Mr. Davis." He was just like, "I like his little Segway though. I want one of those." I shouldn't say little, but you know what I mean. It's a smaller Segway.
It's
See, this is
doable.
gonna sound really mean, but I kept hearing like a bunch of people just saying that they had like really bad experiences with Warwick, and it got me to the point that like after the like 5:30 to like 7:30 drinks were flowing through me, I was like, bro, next time I see his ass, I'm gonna just kick his ass off the Segway and I'm gonna take it.
This guy.
Bro, that
Okay.
shit got me in my feelings over Warwick Davis. I can't even lie.
That's not acceptable.
That's too far. He hurt your feelings. So
As a little person, I can say that's not right.
It was so dark. It was so
It's a
dark.
crime. It's a
The
crime.
last day, I'm getting ready to. I'm waiting for Colin and Casey to come by because they're giving me a ride to the airport. And Swoonski's just out in the front of the lobby, and we look over and we see Warwick having his like breakfast outside where the fountain is, and
Bro, like there was a bunch of people over there, and when he came outside, they all scattered like roaches when you turned the light on, bro. Like they did not want to be around Warwick. Like it was bad.
Oh my goodness.
Not as bad as me ignoring that freaking no smoking 25 feet within the hotel doors.
3
Standing right
feet
outside
building.
that shit.
Yeah, that'll happen from time to time. That's a long
Kyber-
distance.
Kyber's like, you gotta read the rules, bro. And you went, no.
Oh my God, he's getting a fine right here on live.
Well,
Epic self-report.
Nashville, Tennessee police are on the line. Caller, you're in here.
Dude, I thought like the last day of the con, like is like 1:00. I get a text message saying that my parking pass is expired and that they tried to charge me like $60-something to continue parking. I was like, bro, I need to get up out of here before like they towed my rental car.
Your rental, that would suck. You gotta like, wow, that's just bills on top of bills.
Yeah, bro.
That was on Sunday?
Yeah, bro.
Oh man, yeah, I wasn't even there for Sunday. I left Sunday, so I didn't even get to go to the con or anything like that.
Yeah, no, you, Gazer, and Colin left at like 8:30 in the freaking morning.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't need a third day, but it would have been nice, you know. But it seemed like everybody that was like a content creator pretty much
They were
was
gone.
leaving on Sunday, you know.
yeah. I was
I
like,
left
well,
super early on Sunday.
I know, you woke me up.
It's like 5 a.m. going to the airport
I left at like 4 in the morning on Monday.
Monday.
Yeah.
I had the next day off though, so it wasn't too bad
did.
for me.
Well,
Did you have any other? Sorry, Lord. Did you have any other experiences that you actually enjoyed with the celebs or a panel that you watched?
Mainly just everybody aside. Well, I didn't talk to Brendan Wayne, and I didn't talk to Brix's stunt double from Return of the Jedi. I was going to, and then I was gonna talk to Ton Wee, but I don't know if it was just like a pre-order special, and I didn't read like the fine print on their website. But Ton Wee and the other Ewok that was there, their autos were like $10, like before the con, and it when we got there, their autos were like 50 and like $80. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
no.
I wish I would have known that because I would have hit up one of them $10 purchases too.
Yeah, like it was like everybody was like, yeah, just save your money for the con. Don't pre-order anything, you know. And then we get to the con. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna give away a Ton Wee auto. And I hear Kyber go to get 2, and they're like, yeah, it's gonna be 140. I'm like, no.
That's like painful.
Yeah, like I mean,
She's in a
again,
lot
I
of
don't
other
know if it was
stuff
like
too,
some
though.
special promo, but those two along with Warwick kind of like I was like, ooh, that's I don't know if like Mike knows that this is happening because you could still like at that point during the con, you could still go on the website and their prices were still like $10 for the other Ewok actress,
The
and she
website
was
hadn't
charging
caught
like
up
50.
yet.
Yeah.
Well,
I met
ICC, it's a
her.
competitor con, so it's like you get lower prices than other cons.
Oh yeah, I mean, I couldn't imagine being able to get Andy Lewis or what was Warwick like $80 for a freaking auto or something like that. Like I imagine at a different con he's going to be way more expensive.
This picture that I got signed is like an official print from 2005
Dude, that's
that
sick.
she kept from like the last convention she was at, like, or like maybe not the last one, but like from when she used to go to the conventions.
Yeah, she's from New Zealand, yeah. So like,
Yeah,
she even said like online, like
it's a rare find in Canada or Nashville.
I'm happy that Mike Havens let me come out here because I haven't been to one of these in like 20 years or something like that. She said, so.
And she wrote to Blake, Clone Love, Rena Owen, Ton
Oh,
Wei.
Dude, that's sick.
that's really cool. Now I feel bad I didn't get one.
Yeah, and I watched her panel. She talks about her work on a warrior movie from New Zealand that did really good back in the day, and then she's gonna play the grandma in the live action Moana movie coming out.
Sick.
I think either next year or the end of this year. So yeah, she's doing some other stuff too, which might be why her price was higher, I think. But yeah, that's dumb that the website doesn't keep up. They should be on that for sure.
Well, see, that's where I'm like in the mindset of like maybe Mike didn't know some of these people were doing that, but at the same time, Mike was going around talking to everybody. And I'm not putting like saying that it's fucking Mike's fault. Like, I mean, I could have just been stupid and not realized that that was like a promotional thing, you know?
And then another person I met was the Gamorrean guard. I think his name is Stephen Constantino or
Constantino.
Yeah, okay, you got it.
That dude, he's been a regular at ICC the past couple times. He loves going there.
He's the one that got cut in half on the skiff by Luke.
See,
Evil Luke.
I heard conflicting stories that dude wasn't actually like the Gamorrean guard. He was like a stand-in or something.
Well, there's
But
pictures of him with the whole gear on.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I kept hearing that all throughout ICCC. I'm like, brother, do y'all not see the man's booth? Like, I'm pretty sure he's got.
So the way he
photographic
got that
evidence.
part was he was in a band back in the day with Billy D. Williams' son. So they were
Dude,
both in a
that's
band
sick.
together, and then they both were like alien characters on Return of the Jedi because
Dude,
of that.
that's sick.
And he was also playing music. Like one of the nights, I got a couple of videos of him doing like guitar solos, and he was actually really good. And then yeah, the bands that were playing were good. And another unique thing about ICCC was like the little events that were going on in that one room. So there was
did you
like
all see like the aerial
the
skywalkers
acrobats
and stuff?
Yeah, that was
bro.
cool too. Like
I left.
yeah, you didn't. JT doesn't care about that stuff, I guess.
I didn't stay for the whole thing. Like I walked by and like I seen them doing like all sorts of like cool shit. I was like,
I mean, they're talented.
right.
Don't get me wrong. It's just not for me, you know.
And then
I
the
would have
last
stayed,
one,
but then my stomach started growling. I was like, "Ooh, I haven't eaten in like 14 hours. Let's go get something to eat."
We're operating on con fumes, so nobody really ate or drank those whole days unless you had like breakfast in the morning or something.
Even
you
then,
have to
it
get
wasn't even worth
you gotta
the
get
breakfast.
you gotta get the
biscuits and
omelet.
gravy. Oh, biscuits and gravy, buddy. Right from the can.
But anyways, the other person I met, I already talked about. Watto, Sebulba. I talked about the Gamorrean Guard, Tonway, Warwick, and Roger. Like I met too many people and
You
spent
got a
too
lot,
much money.
dude.
I think you
And
met
then
everybody.
You met everybody.
I met Katie Sackhoff and got my picture with her. And I didn't realize I was wearing both badges and my belt's like hanging off my waist. It's like ups, but I'm just happy I got that picture. And I felt like I had a good talk with her. JT thinks she was rushing me, but I was talking about like her other movies and shows too, and she seemed pretty like happy that I wasn't just like only talking about Bo-Katan, but also talked about Bo-Katan because I do like a lot of Clone Wars content. My YouTube channel is like all Clone Wars and a lot of Rebels, and yeah, she recognized like the Kanan cosplay. She was pretty cool, and I
Did
got
you
her to
show your?
sign my. I can bring my big poster over. This is like
I was
my.
gonna say that's pretty noteworthy of talking about.
This is like what I've been getting a lot of people to sign,
Oh, that's sick.
and she signed it right here,
Oh,
and that's the armorer.
that is cool.
We got like Lateef Crowder and Brendan Wayne. They play the Mandalorian. Misty Roses is Frog and Quill, the Frog Lady, and Quill. I almost said the Quill Lady. My God. But she wrote I Have Spoken. And then Danny Trejo was the Rancor Keeper. Ezra Bridger, Amon Asfani, Morgan Elsbeth. I think that's Diana Lee Insanto. Danny Logan, Tamura Morrison, Giancarlo Esposito. And then up here I got, is it showing up even? Yeah. Oh, you can see the screen. Bryce Dallas Howard and her husband, who played a droid, the bartender droid, in season 3 of The Mandalorian. So I kind of, it says The Mandalorian, but I'm getting characters and actors who have been in the 3 shows, like
The Mandoverse.
Ahsoka, The Mandalorian, and the Book of Boba Fett.
You got to get that guy that played that droid Zero or whatever from the episode of The Mandalorian when they do the heist.
Is that the one with Bill Burr?
Yeah, it's Migs Mayfeld. It's the Twi'lek chick.
I need to get Migs for sure.
Do you Tom? Is it not Tom Clancy? What's his name? Clancy Brown. Clancy Brown. He
that'd
plays
be
the
amazing.
Deveronian. And dude, that droid. That guy that plays the droid, and the other dude that plays that pirate. You know that Jedi? His name is like I'm a Gundy or whatever, and he's got like the spikes.
Yeah.
Like the guy that plays the pirate species of that. He's Gorian Shards, like top guy or whatever. The guy that plays Zero the droid and him, they go to frequent cons, so it's
Okay. Nice.
very keep some room on that poster.
Yeah, there's lots of room. I bought that poster specifically because like you can sign it anywhere and it's not gonna like make the signature look like it's too busy or distorted.
Yeah, or interrupting the art of the poster.
But I'm gonna throw the last question off here to I answered it myself now. Lord Swoonsky has answered it. JT, did you meet any celebs other than, I guess, did you already talk about, or did you want to talk more about theory?
I pretty much covered all the bases, with the Andy Secombe and Lewis McLeod, Roger Christian, and Theory are pretty much the ones that I was aiming for, and I got them. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I was satisfied with everything I got too.
I actually did what's it called? Meet up with. Actually, I didn't even she's the one that actually approached me because I was standing near Theory's booth, and it was the lady who did the Ewok. She actually saw me because I had the Ewok ears.
Game recognized game.
So he was like, hello, fellow Ewok, and I'm like, hi, how are you doing? And then we just got talking, and I went to where she was signing autographs just to talk with her.
Mhm.
And it's like she was showing me pictures, and she was actually sharing a lot of stories of Carrie Fisher, which was amazing. So like now I
That's
feel bad.
cool.
Like now I regret not getting her auto, because the fact that she was
Me
so
too.
cool. It's like she was so willing to, like, she's the one that approached me and started talking to me, and we started sharing stuff, and it was awesome. It was a cool experience. So now I feel bad.
I rewatched Return of the Jedi, and like she's a blip, you know. Like when they first get captured, she comes right behind Harrison Ford's shoulder, gun.
Grabs the gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Still,
$50 for her
they all had
auto.
to be there though.
Still though, it was a good experience. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Speaking of
Well, at least she
Millennium
had
Workshop.
stories to tell. I like Warwick wasn't telling me. I asked him like who he was like most friendly with on the cast, and he just said Luke and or like Mark and Carrie were who he was closest with, and
Yeah.
I was surprised he didn't say Harrison because he named his son Harrison, but that's okay too.
Yeah.
That's like so disappointing, because I guess like online people have like good, you know, experiences with him, but overall it seems to be
Well, I
leaning
didn't
more
know his
towards
wife
that.
passed either, so I can give him some. I can definitely give him a break for that.
Anyway.
Yeah.
He did do he's been doing a lot of projects lately too, though. So I don't know. Like he did what's it called? The Harry Potter
It's like a baking show.
cook off. Yeah, the baking show. So
Okay.
he could just be drained also from just too much stuff. Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, but besides him playing, you know, Wicket the Ewok, which is, you know, a no-brainer, but like I know him from Harry Potter mainly because he
Yeah.
plays more characters in that. He's obviously Leprechaun as well. Yeah.
Bro,
Go!
I was started to talk about Leprechaun, and the look in his eyes that he like darted at me when I started to say it. I was like, yeah, that's a no-go on that conversation right there, and I don't blame him. Those movies are fucking awful, bro.
Yeah.
Leprechaun in the Hood.
Oh my god.
My favorite person to meet, I'll just like a little segue quickly, is George Buzza. Me and my girlfriend have met him a couple times, but there's this movie called A Christmas Horror Story, and he plays like a Santa Claus that there's like all the elves turn into zombies, and he's like a Santa Claus who's got to like defend himself and kill all the little elves. It's probably one of the funniest like horror movies I've ever seen, or like in the genre of horror. I don't know. I feel like it's supposed to be a comedy, but it's so good. And then like I can't spoil the movie because like it's just crazy what happens in it. William Shatner's in it too. But this actor who plays George
There went all the
Buzza,
budget for that movie.
well, here I got the cup. He voices Beast in the animated series, so that's why
Oh,
I
that's so
I bug
cool.
him all the time whenever I see him at cons, and those guys. Well, he actually
Cool.
he's like a refugee who lived in the States and but moved to Canada. He's been living in Canada. So, but like a lot of the X-Men voice actors are Canadian, so I get the chance to see them a lot, which is sweet.
Dude, that's sick.
And
Oh,
that's
yeah.
like my second favorite thing behind Star Wars probably is X-Men and then Superman in that order.
Mine is definitely, like, after Star Wars would probably be Harry Potter.
Harry Potter's cool.
Yeah, I do
That's
a
a
lot
big
of
one.
that. I do a lot of that content on my channel too. A little bit.
Yeah. You guys planning any content soon in the future? More content about ICCC or anything else coming out?
Well, I have one last moment that peeks off the top of my head that I remembered. Is at ICC. So I'm walking with BP and Wrath of Mandalore, and they're talking to each other. We're in the elevator. We're getting ready to go to the elevator, and I'm like helping. I'm like I don't have a room sale or anything, so I'm just like helping people set up shops in between, you know, jumping back and forth. And I'm talking with them, and they're like, "Yeah, man, I still got to get my pass for the con." I'm like, "You're here and you don't even have access to the floor yet?" And he says, "Yeah, I just didn't pre-order." I'm like, "Oh my goodness." So we get in the elevator, and this dude named Jim comes on with his big like rack, like plastic rack of stuff, and he's got a tote with him. And his wife is, following not too far behind. She's like, "I'll get the next one." Doors closed. Boom. And apparently, like we're still talking about it, and Jim's like, "Hey, so yeah, guys, what do you you're gonna have fun this weekend or whatever at the con?" And they're like, "Yeah, I mean, I still got to get my pass. We were just talking about it." And Jim's like, "Well, actually, you're in luck if you have some free time on you and a pair of good hands on you." And we're like, "What?" And he's like, "Well, yeah. So like, I actually have 2 vendor passes that I can give away for people that help me set up my table in the con." And and I'm watching them. They look at each other and they're like, "Yeah, let's do it." So I don't even know where we were going. I think we were just going down to the lobby, but we just walked with him instead. And I got my press badge, so I
Oh,
I don't need a vendor badge. I'm already good to go. And
that is awesome.
I'm walking with them, and we get inside of the big room. So we now have access to the pre-setup room. So all the curtains are like blacked out, and people are moving things, and they're setting up the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle area with the van and everything. And they're like, "Okay, so where do you need us?" And Jid's like, "Well, follow me this way." And then they come out the front door, and he's got this like big U-Haul like truck or whatever. He puts the hitch down, and we're like, "All right, just start bringing stuff in." And I'm just like, "Okay, I'm doing nothing. I'll help too." So we're bringing stuff into his booth area, and it took us like, before I get there, I'm bringing in this like like metal grate. It's like a big dog cage looking thing, and you basically set it up and you zip tie it together so you can like have like store shelves, right? And I'm like, it's getting like stuck on the door on the way in, and this dude in a black beanie is like kind of like behind me, and he's like, "Hey, bud, you need help with that, or like you got it?" And I'm like, I got it." And I come back, and I'm like, that dude looked familiar. So I bring the thing into where we were bringing the other stuff. I come back outside, and the dude is sitting there outside on the corner with his girlfriend, and I'm like, I know that guy. That's the official Fandom Menace, but he wasn't wearing his makeup. So I'm like, I come up to him, and he's like, and I'm like, "No way, dude." And he's like, "Yeah, I knew you would catch on." I'm like, damn it. He's like, that makes me feel so good because like people don't recognize you unless I'm in costume, so I'm able to use that as like a disguise. So I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I
I
almost
feel
didn't
like I wouldn't
recognize you."
notice who he is if he wasn't
I'm glad
wearing makeup.
I'm glad I knew what he looked like without the makeup, so I could click 2 and 2 together. But yeah, he was helping me on accident, so that's when I first met him. But then we bring everything in, we set up everything. It probably took us like 2 hours worth of time, and we're like, "Oh yeah." Tony comes in, he's like, "We're gonna get food or something like that." I forget what he said, but Wrath of Mandalore and BP and I were like, "Ah, yeah, sorry, Jim, we gotta go. Are you all good?" And we got the whole booth, pretty much set up. And he's like, "Yeah, no worries. I just got 2 more boxes left. I can get them myself. Here you go." He just hands them the passes, and they're like, "Oh, thank you so much, man." And they're doing all that. We get outside of the vendor, the main show floor. We're walking down the hallway, following the group, and I look at them. I'm like, "So that wouldn't have happened if you didn't randomly meet him in the elevator." And they're like, "Yeah, dude." And I'm like, "It was meant to be." So that's pretty cool. They got a free, vendor pass just for helping out for a couple hours.
Bro, if you think about it, all of ICCC weekend was just all of us being in the right place at the right time.
Exactly.
Yeah, I felt the same way.
A lot of that was because of the layout of ICC to begin with, because everything was so close quarters. Things like that were able to happen. But yeah, like you said, I mean, even just the Sebulba auto 1-of-1, he just happens to be
That was
right there.
crazy.
Yeah, bro. Optic could have sold that pack of cards to one of us, and we waited till we got home to fucking open it.
Imagine that. That'd be so
I mean, it
brutal.
wouldn't have been me. I would have bought it right then and there if I had known he was selling them for like $100. I would have, bro. Here you go. Open them
Yeah.
bitches right then and there. But
Yeah, it was perfect.
Yeah, so
Just the
JT. Oh, sorry. What were you gonna say?
Just the fact that we ran into each other and like we got to be friends because of that, because we like literally like ran into each other at the con. Because like I already like knew Nerd, and then like
Yeah,
we knew
I only knew
somehow,
JT.
yeah, we like
see, I
somehow
had
knew
seen JT
someone.
pop up in some YouTube chats occasionally, I think. And then like I pull up and he's like just chilling with everybody. I'm like, oh, I don't know who this guy is, but he's part of the crew now.
I'm a ghost in the community. I'm like in people's chats I'm supporting, even if they don't know it. But like I
Even if you don't
messaged
know it.
Gazer because Gazer put a thing on his Instagram like, hey, does anyone need a ride to the con? Don't mess with Ubers. I'm like, hey, here's my time. Is it too late? And he says, no, we'll pick you up. So they pick me up, and it's Tony, Wrath of Mandalore, BP, Colin, and Gazer. And we're just like, I've never met any of these people besides Tony before, right? So I'm like listening in, you know, to see like what kind of humor they have, you know, when is the right time to talk so I don't look, you know, too awkward or whatever. But they're like, yeah, so before we go to the hotel, we're actually just gonna go to a card store. Is that okay? I'm like, I'm with the crew. I'm just happy you picked me up, so let's do it.
It's not like I have a choice in this matter.
Yeah, I'm getting kidnapped, but I'm fine with it. So but no, it was good. Like I said before, it's like we kicked it like we're high school buddies, you know. It was being forced into those situations where there already is that kind of mutual community where someone is familiar in a sense, like you've maybe seen them somewhere, but now you can actually spend time with them and get to know them a little bit more and
Yeah,
share
I've
laughs.
never been to such a Star Wars specific like event before. Like obviously there was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles there too, but that was like 99% Star Wars. It felt like that whole
Yeah.
convention.
And I just got back from Star Wars Celebration Japan, so
I know.
I'm
So
like
you're a little more used to it.
I'm on the high train, you know, of Star Wars Celebration, you know, coming into ICC. So it was good. I wouldn't replace the weekend with anything else.
Nice. So you don't have anything coming up other than you might be coming to Fan Expo in Toronto with me, I think.
Yeah, so actually at the
Or you might
end
be
of
meeting me in Toronto.
yeah, so that's the plan. So this actually end of this month in June, I'm hoping. I say I'm hoping, but I think it's not going to work out because of his track record. But allegedly going to meet Ray Park, and you know,
At
get that
Buffalo?
experience. Yeah, Nickel City Con, and then in August, Fan Expo Canada. I want to pitch that tattoo idea to you, McGregor, so he can, you know, fulfill his promise he made to me in London.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, nice. So we're gonna do that, and we're probably also gonna do some wild lightsaber fights because we've been wanting to do that. Maybe we'll film some choreo. Like we actually just want to fight each other, like straight up. We hate each other, but but maybe we'll film some of it and choreograph something too on
I
top of
was
that.
I was kind of taken aback by it, but like I wanted to show off more of my lightsaber skills at ICC Con, but being in the costume the majority of the time, I was planning on doing, you know, Star Killer on Saturday for sure because that was going to be the busiest day. But when the Fandom Menace caught me in the hallway walking down, he's like, "Where's your outfit?" I'm like, dude, I gotta get dressed for Friday too. So I just quickly, Percy helped me get it on. It's definitely a 2-man operation to, you know, get everything symmetrical and the lights put it in, whatever.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm like the table Darth Vader has to like fucking get ready on.
Luckily your Kanan costume has like a Jedi pouch, so you're able to put my business cards that people were handed me.
Yeah,
God. But no, it was good. So like yeah, the um I couldn't show any lightsaber skills. So I pitched the idea to the group. It didn't follow through, but I said, hey, at nighttime, everybody with the lightsaber, let's just go out in the hotel parking lot and just swing it around, you know, get some cool nighttime photos. Didn't end up happening. Would have been nice, but what can you do, right? They're doing room
yeah,
sales. Everyone's busy. It's hard to organize something like that. So
yeah. There's always another time.
always done time. Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, I just gonna be doing the Toronto thing and saving up in between for that because Ewan McGregor is gonna be really expensive. I might be doing like a photo op with Tom Welling,
Stop it.
Michael Rosenbaum, and Kristen Kirk, who plays their Clark Kent, Lex Luthor, and Lana Lang on Smallville, and that's one of my favorite shows too. So I'm gonna be like meeting them all when I go to Chicago for Smallville Con in September. That's the thing after that. I don't even have to mention that, but
I did not know
Our
they
buddy,
were.
our
yeah,
buddy
just looking
Charlie's
at
going
price,
on a
just
he's
looking
going
at
on a
prices.
cruise.
Yeah, I'm gonna have Charlie on. The next Con Crunching podcast will probably be when Charlie comes back from his Cruiseville. He's actually spending time. Well, maybe I shouldn't spoil it, but he's spending time with people before even they go on the cruise that are from the show, because he's kind of like in tight with the gang and supports them, and they support him pretty well. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, that's gonna be what I'm doing. I'm planning on doing a Fantastic Four cosplay with me as the Thing. Um, for that, and that's gonna be like the hardest thing I've ever built and done. And we just lost our Human Torch, so casting call going out for a Human Torch. Maybe JT wants to hone the armor for Human Torch. I don't know.
Hell no, I'm not trying to meet Cassandra Nova and get my skin ripped off.
You pull it off.
Yeah. Flame
But,
on!
yeah, so that's like my big announcement, and I have friends that are willing to do Mr. and Mrs. Fantastic, so probably still gonna be going through with the full Fantastic Four cosplay, even if we don't have a Human Torch. But that'll be on the Sunday, and then the Saturday I'm meeting Ewan McGregor. Probably gonna dress up like Qui-Gon Jinn, and then on the Friday I'll well, I was hoping to be dressed up like Superman for. I might just dress up as Superman for the photo op, and then switch back into Qui-Gon, but I don't know. It's gonna be a wild weekend, that one, and I'm definitely gonna, post more content about it on Instagram, which is where I keep most of my cosplaying and convention stuff. Which is like, I know we're on YouTube right now, but that's if you're one of my YouTube followers, go to my Instagram and look at that, because I never tell people about my Instagram. But we cut off bricks as well. She said she had something coming up. Are you building some Lego live soon?
Oh,
Are you
I need to
doing
do that.
you
Like,
got some content coming soon?
I actually was telling Nerd about that the other day. That I don't. I'm so used to like pre-recording stuff and being able to edit it, so I've gotten used to that setup, and I always freak out every time I do live stuff, unless I'm like with other people and that I'm sort of fine. So it's a mental block, but I really want to start doing that, and I do have some Lego builds that I want to do, and we have Fan Expo coming up, but in Chicago, so that's probably the next con that we're gonna do, and I think Tony's gonna be there, and I'm gonna try to be there, and Nerd's gonna be there, and Kuiper's gonna be there, so we'll see. And I think Millennium Workshop will be there too, I think.
No shit.
Yeah, he told me he was gonna try to make it, so.
Be another hangout spot. Nice.
Yeah,
We got Millennium in the chat here too.
Oh,
Shout out to Rex.
Oh.
Yeah. Hashtag Percy Man doesn't read chats.
Sorry, I don't know how to use Restream. That's entirely my fault.
Man,
yeah, what's up, Millennium Workshop?
I still want one of those DRK-1, Sith probe droids he makes, man. The 1-of-1 size.
That's
scale.
sick.
Oh my gosh, they're so nice.
He does such amazing work. I'm serious. It's like the detail is insane.
He brought his Rhodian Greedo mask thing too, and I'm like, I took off my Starkiller helmet at the Theory Saber Zoom. I'm like, Dude, you made this map. Just like put your mask there, and I'll put mine here, and we'll get a sick picture. So yeah.
Well, the detail on that thing is crazy. I like it.
Yeah. Really good stuff, man.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So you're planning on doing some builds soon, but
Yeah.
Chicago is the next big convention that you're going to.
Yeah. I need to start. I'm doing what's it called, the Whatnot app where you sell your Star Wars cards. I need to restart doing
It's like an
that.
auction website. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have to restart doing that so that I can fund some stuff because there's some major projects that needs funding. So I definitely need to restart doing that stuff. Hopefully it'll work.
Yeah, right on. I got sets to build too. I know I'm gonna do a live soon.
I got
That's
that Jenga
my
one.
thing a little bit too.
Yeah. So,
But not as much, obviously. I don't sell the stuff. I haven't yet, but I've got a lot of non-built sets that I'm like, I don't want to build this because it's like tripled in value.
Swoonsky, how's your
Bro.
Jedi Bob Starfighter coming?
We're getting there.
watch the live stream. It's cool.
$15,
watch me.
little man. Put that shit in my hand.
Watch the latest
Nope.
Lego live that I did yesterday to watch me lose my shit on fucking Lego.
That was awesome, bro.
Bro, it was completely user error. I put two pieces the opposite way, and I'm like, so for the cockpit, it's supposed to sit on some bricks back here, but the red piece, like, I don't know if I'm showing it right here. There's another black piece that was not clicking into place. I'm like, bro, why the fuck would they design it like this? Like, this is the dumbest shit ever. And I'm like losing my shit, and I'm like, hold on. I look at the pictures, and I'm like, oh wait, I think I fucked up. And like shit wasn't lining up. I'm like, bro, why would you design it like this? Like, this doesn't make any fucking sense.
It's not as easy as those kids make it look, man. Yeah, I've had some tricky ones. I wouldn't say the helmets are very hard, but I've had some ships where it's like I definitely did something wrong and had to go back and like fix quite a bit.
That's the
I
shit part. Like, I was like halfway through bag 2, and I look and I'm like, bro, don't tell me that I gotta like go back and try to figure out what step I messed up on. Like,
Brain surgery. I don't collect any of the newer Lego stuff. I kind of dropped that hobby, a while ago, but I still have all my old stuff in the attic. And I have the 2007 Droid MTT still fully assembled. And yeah, I definitely needed help with that. Dude, I will man up and get one when I get some funds, brother.
I
These
figured out
cons-
how to use the chat.
These cons be hurting me, man.
You're poor.
I'm a
oh,
broke
Burke's
boy.
way to call him out like that.
I'm
Damn.
I'm a
Poor. I'm poor. Like, I can't. This is why I need to do Whatnot so that I can start funding some stuff. That's how I
If
got
you-
to ICC.
If you like Star Wars
Nice.
and go to Comic-Cons, you're poor. I'm sorry. There's just
Yeah.
no
It's a reality.
way around it.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Look
It
at
makes
Tony.
you poor. That's for sure.
That's why I didn't get any autos. I don't have money.
You got the Christian auto at least.
Yeah, that one counts. And
And Fury.
Dude,
Yeah.
Star Wars merchandise, anything is the most expensive stuff on the planet, next to
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
supercars.
I'm so mad how expensive the Star Wars Lego is, like even compared to the other franchises that Lego makes from.
Star
It's
Wars
like-
Lego is so expensive. It's hurting
They know their
me.
market.
Yeah.
It hurts. Yeah, it does hurt.
hurt.
Well, Brooke
I
said
thought-
that she's buying all of us on this stream right now the $1,000 Lego, Death Star Lego when it comes out.
Oh,
Let's
is
go.
there a new one
Let's
coming?
go.
Sweet.
Heck no.
I still want the Venator.
Bro, I've
Bro,
asked
Dude.
so many people for that Venator. They're like, "Yeah, get the fuck out."
If I was into the modern Lego nowadays, you can count on me getting the UCS
Nice.
AT-AT.
Brick,
that-
show them your Razor Crest that you got for free on Whatnot.
Oh yeah, I got the on Whatnot. There was someone that had my gosh, they did a giveaway, and it wasn't like a buyer's giveaway, so like anybody could get into it. And it was the $600 Razor Crest, and I'll be
Just
right
giving
back.
it away?
Yeah.
They gave it away, and there was like 2,000 people that got into that givey, and I won it. I have no idea. I'm not that lucky.
Did you go out and buy a lottery card after the stream ended?
No, I don't. My luck is
Shoulda.
so horrible. I have no idea. I have no idea why I won it. And I was like, I'll believe it when I get it. And I got it in the mail, and I was freaking out like crazy. And then oh my gosh, I was literally like out of my mind. Literally. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get it because it's awesome. I'll be back.
Yeah, you can get it. That's fine. I'll
It's
show
heavy.
up.
Why
Show
she
off
back
my
out the
cane
camera
saber.
like that? She's like,
This is my pride and joy lightsaber. Just showing
Oh.
it for no reason.
yeah, working behind the booth of Theory too, and getting in contact with Nick, who runs the Theory Sabers Instagram account. I'm gonna be sent one of their product to review as like a not an official affiliate. I would love to become partnered with them if possible, but
Do you
I'm gonna
get
be
to
getting
pick what one they send you?
Yeah, I asked him, I'm like, do I get to pick or what
Can
one?
they send you the
how does that
Qui-Gon
work?
one and you just give it to me?
That's the one I picked. I picked Qui-Gon with the.
Dude,
Um,
it's actually so good. I was really impressed. I wasn't sure if I thought he might just be like doing like the resale thing, which lots of websites do the Chinese resale, but
yeah.
it seemed like there are some pretty unique builds and the best
Well, I
Qui-Gon
saw.
saber I've ever seen.
Yeah, I saw it in person, and I was like, "Damn, dude, they got the deep grooves too." Because a lot of saber companies, when they do a Qui-Gon saber, they just they cheat it. They make it look like it's in depth. Half skilled, dude. I gotta reach out to you on Instagram, man. We'll figure something out, and I'll let you know. but yeah, man, they actually have the deep groove saber, and they don't cheat it. You can actually hold it to the side and see pretty much through it, basically. And they obviously have the new Darth Vader one that was announced at ICC. Bricks can't even pick up that box because it's the size of her.
Razor crest for scale.
God dang.
It's scale to Bricks.
It is scary.
You're gonna fly around on that thing.
My precious.
That's cool. Are you ever gonna build it?
I will build it as soon as my YouTube channel hits 1,000 subs.
Cool.
Nice.
That's a
So-
good goal.
Very cool.
So guys, sub to my channel, please. Give me tips.
Everybody sub to these people.
I really want to get this built.
Yeah, I want to see it built.
She'll do it
Yeah.
all in one shot on a Lego Live.
Oh, bro, that's gonna be hard.
One
That's gonna
shot.
be
You got 30 minutes to build that Razor Crest.
My friend Adshot did the Millennium Falcon, like the 7,000 piece Falcon. He did that in like a 56-hour stream or a 60-hour stream. It was insane.
That's
He didn't
insane.
sleep.
If I get to 1,000 subs in the next month, I will do it without stopping.
Oh my god. It's bad for your health. I don't recommend it.
I process
Staying up for that
stopping.
long. He had his
Yeah.
subscribers staying up that long too.
You're gonna be awake for so long, you're gonna start to hallucinate, and you're gonna look at your hands after building it, and you're gonna start to see Lego hands. You're like, whoa. Start to
Lego.
turn into a Lego person.
And then I won't be able to function properly.
Yeah.
'Cause, coffee does nothing for me. Try, but I still can't believe I got that set.
Yeah, I quickly grabbed my my little rare set that I got.
Oh, bro.
This one tripled,
Nice.
almost quadrupled in value. I still haven't opened it.
That is awesome.
That's not a lot of pieces.
No.
$2.95.
No, it isn't. But that's still a pretty nice set.
Yeah. So that one's gone up as much as
I've got more pieces in the Jedi Bob than that. This is 305.
Apparently, this one, the guy at ICCC was saying this one went up a lot, and and he was selling one of these new in the box though, still for
TIE Pilot.
over $300 American. I remember it was nearly $300 American for a frickin' helmet set that
it's
was
a-
like 70, $80 when it came out.
I was actually looking at that this morning. Funny that you should say that. And I was
So
looking
is that
at
kind of accurate pricing then, or is it
I think I found it for $265.
okay? A little
But it's
less.
a little less, but still, I'm not paying that much money for that. No
You
way.
gotta find a way to mount that Bespin duel like coming off of your wall. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Like mount it so it looks like Vader's like.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
that'd be awesome.
I just found a
I
Lego
don't know if
TIE
I'll ever
Fighter
build that one.
helmet kit for $70 on eBay.
Which one? That one?
The same black one right there. I just found one on eBay for $75.
Is it sealed?
The TIE Fighter pilot.
Yeah, sealed.
Oh. And I'm
He's not-
missing.
Money.
I don't have
You should probably buy it then. That
Ah!
sounds-
Nah.
Self-control.
Rex.
People are selling it for way more than that.
To answer Rex's question, definitely do the Jawa build and have Bricks sub in for you as a human model for scale.
Right.
Gosh.
At Celebration, they had a Jawa cosplayer, but it was like a full-sized human, so it was like a really tall Jawa. Looked good though. They had like the LED eyes and everything. It was just
Baby
extendo,
Extendo.
extendo Jawa.
My God.
All right. So I think unless you guys have something else you want to say, Lord Swoonski, you didn't fully ask if you got like some content coming up that you wanted to talk about.
Well, I'll be finishing this.
I know you
within
do
the
your
next,
regular thing on your YouTube channel too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, I got a couple of video essays coming out because there's some Star Wars projects that, even though I absolutely love, they do not hold up very well, and do a little very critical reviews of them. I've got a hot take video coming out where it's literally just going to be me looking at the camera, just listing off my hot takes with no explanations, bro.
Just bitching, bro. Just freaking laying it.
Just let it out.
And obviously working on my
Yeah,
Shroud
you'll
of
have the
Darkness
swords to
trilogy.
your throat.
What?
You'll have the swords to your throat after the hot take video.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like Bricks might not agree or be my friend after one of the hot takes. Like I'm gonna just put that out there. What?
As long as you're not hating on Ewan McGregor, I'm happy.
No. But there is some. Well, I mean, technically, Kenobi was a shit Jedi, and he didn't try nearly hard
Oh,
enough
no.
to bring Anakin back on Mustafar. But
Save it for the video. Save it for the video.
Oh, how about that weather? Yeah, go Mets. Yeah.
You ruined me, sir. You ruined me. Bad.
But aside from those, basically, I'm just kind of focusing on like a lot of what if stories and like my sequel treatment. So
Cool.
Hell yeah.
it'd be very lit. I think that's what the kids still say. I don't know.
Hello, fellow kids. He's got his hat turned.
Hello.
Steve Buscemi.
Bad.
What's up, whippersnappers?
Bad.
I just hit Unk status, so I can't say what the young kids are saying.
Bro, I'm technically one of the young kids, and I have no idea what they're
So-
saying.
We gonna go to the skate park after school or something?
Nice.
Damn
We're
it.
all old together.
Yeah. Old as heck.
Yeah.
Not
Old
as
as-
old as Kyber.
old
Kyber's
as Star
grandpa
Wars.
status.
Grandpa. Grandpa Kyber.
Anyone else have something they wanted to bring up about ICCC? Last call out for a talk about ICCC.
Oh man, just thank you for everyone for being so cool. You know, meeting y'all was definitely the highlight. with Roger Christian saying "May the Force be with you" and having all these childhood memories come true. I think it's of equal value to be able to spend it with cool people. So yeah. Just thanks.
I'm glad I ran into all of you. It was awesome.
No, we're getting happy out here now, huh?
It's worth every penny.
The Con Crunchin always gets sappy at some point. You gotta let it flow. But yeah, no, the ICCC, I doubt I'd be able to afford to go back again next year, but I want to go back
Dude,
in
you
the
almost
future.
you almost didn't go. You messaged me when I was getting ready to head to Japan with my buddy Max, and we were in Texas. He's like, "Hey man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go to this thing." I'm like, "No," and then last minute you're like, "Hey, I can." I'm like, "Yes."
I was the same way. I almost didn't go.
Glad it worked out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a last minute for me, but I would like to come back eventually. Or they should do it. They should spread it out a bit too. Make it the new Comic-Con. Fan run around the world. Let's go to Ontario with ICCC.
Bro, that'd be sick.
It'd be cool, but
or Michigan or something.
I think it goes against what Mike, what his vision is for ICC though. He doesn't like, T-Mobile boost, that kind of stuff. If you want to like franchise a con, you have to have, vendors to like kick it up like that. But by the time you do that, like you'll never see someone like Ewan McGregor or Hayden Christensen come to ICC because Mike strictly invites the guests he knows are going to spend time with people, and
well, it's not that they wouldn't spend time with people, it's that their management literally just won't allow them to go to a con like that.
They have a contract, yeah. They definitely have a contract too when they go to these things. So
it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I was just saying they gotta spread out more. Doesn't matter about the big names. Like Katie Sackhoff was a pretty big name. That was the biggest name I would say. And other than Warwick, I guess.
Yeah, she was one of the headliner people, but she was announced pretty late.
Yeah, too. She was like the last person announced. I was like, I definitely gotta go now. Shit. Plane ticket bought. But
the guys from Rebel ScumCon ended up going to ICC. I was able to talk with Kentucky very briefly during the room sales. I caught him on like one of those walkways, and that's another Star Wars con that's coming up and
Rebel Scum
growing. Yeah, Rebel ScumCon. They this year's list for them is stacked. They got Sam Witwer, Matt Wood. A good amount of the ones that went to ICC are also going to this one too. Watto and Sebulba.
Where's Rebel Scum? Is that in Florida or
Texas?
Yeah, Frisco,
Houston?
Texas.
I think Houston.
No, it's in Frisco.
Frisco. Okay, I was wondering what you said. Cool. Can't go to that one.
Yeah, can't afford it this time around. Maybe.
Yeah.
I can't.
But and then they have.
You guys should all go to LA Celebration though. I want to see everyone at LA Celebration in
dude, if you don't go to LA Celebration, you're kicked out of the friend group and you're not a true Star Wars fan.
Banned.
I don't make the rules here. It's just how it is.
Yeah.
This is the mob. No, but that's gonna be huge. Not only is it the 50th year anniversary of the first movie, but it's in LA, and since it's like, an anniversary that's pretty memorable, a lot of the Star Wars, actors live out in LA, so we're thinking George Lucas, maybe Mark Hamill, hopefully, we'll see. But that's definitely a big one to hit up, so that's for sure.
Yeah, I think I think the creator is gonna make a panel appearance at least, or
I hope
some sort of hello to the fans after 50 years. That's like a huge achievement.
I hope so.
Bro, see, I want him to come to the 50th celebration so he can get the same love and praise that Hayden Christensen got at like 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's getting it everywhere he goes too. When I met him in Toronto that same year, and it was crazy. Like the amount of people Just the sheer amount of people that I had to wait in line.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Dude, even
it's
Celebration, man. Like you
gonna
had
be the
people
same
on
for Ewan.
people in Hayden's line just for the photo op at Celebration waited 4 hours, but they overbooked it. So they said, "Sorry, come back Sunday and try to get it." Like,
Yeah, that's
you
brutal.
what?
Bro, and then the fucking Reed Pop or whoever it was, they tried to like blame it all on Hayden for them being terrible organizers.
Yeah. I mean,
Which is
Hayden
not
likes to
fair.
spend time with fans. You know, he likes to give the
Exactly.
handshake when they say don't shake their hand, right? But it's
Yeah.
definitely not taking up all this extra time that they think it is, like they claim. So
No, he's nice to people though, but
Yep.
I know what you mean. Like he'll move it along if he has to, or if he feels like, there's not
Mhm.
much that you have to say. Sometimes you don't have to say a lot. I don't know. But we're hitting up the 2-hour mark in about 10 seconds here. I think that's a good time to end it. Everybody go check out these lovely people and have fun doing what you're doing. Keep it up. Good evening, good day, and good night to anyone watching today, now, tonight, or in the future. Welcome to the stream if this is your first time. This has been Con Crunchin number 6.